Melania Trump first arrived in the United States from her native Slovenia back in 1996, and now, 2 decades later, she is facing the prospect of becoming First Lady.
10 days ago that Access Hollywood released that tape. I'm wondering, when you first saw it, when you first heard it, what did you think?
I said to my husband that, the language is inappropriate, it's not acceptable. I was surprised because that is not the man that I know.
Ever wondered what lies behind Melania Trump's poised demeanor and elegant style? From her humble beginnings in Slovenia to her role as First Lady, Melania's journey is full of surprises and contradictions. Let's dive into her intriguing life with 10 things you did not know about Melania Trump. Get ready to uncover the stories that make her one of the most fascinating figures of our time. Number 10. A foreign flair, Melania Trump's roots. Did you know that Melania Trump was born Melania Knavs in the small town of Novo Mesto, Slovenia on April 26, 1970? It's a fascinating piece of her background that not everyone is aware of. At just 16, Melania started her journey in the world of modeling, walking down runways and appearing in commercials throughout Yugoslavia. She initially pursued architecture and design at the University of Ljubljana, but her passion for modeling soon took over. After just a year, she left school to fully commit to her modeling career. As her career took off, she adopted the name Melania Knaus, adding a touch of elegance and sophistication to her persona. In 1996, she visited New York City as a tourist, not knowing that this trip would be the start of a whole new chapter in her life. By 2001, she had secured her green card, and 5 years later, she became a proud US citizen, just a year after marrying Donald Trump. Melania holds a unique place in history as the second foreign-born First Lady of the United States, following Louisa Adams, the wife of John Quincy Adams. She also stands out as the First Lady to have grown up in a communist country, as Slovenia was part of Yugoslavia during her childhood. Despite the economic challenges in her hometown of Severnica, Melania always had a flair for sophisticated style, never wearing anything ordinary. Her connection to her roots is strong. She often includes Slovenian dishes in her family's meals. Melania also sponsored her parents' citizenship applications through the family reunification process, known as chain migration. This move not only highlights her commitment to family, but also the blend of cultures she brings to the American landscape. Number 9. From runways to boardrooms, Melania Trump's dynamic career. Melania Trump's career is as glamorous as it is varied. From a young age, she was already showing off her creative skills, designing jewelry and sketching clothing that her mom or sister would sew. This early passion set the stage for her diverse career spanning fashion, business, and TV. Melania's modeling career really took off in Milan and Paris after she adopted the German-sounding surname Knaus. Her striking presence landed her on the covers of top fashion magazines like Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and InStyle. Remember her cameo in the cult classic Zoolander in 2001?
Look, without Derek Zoolander, male modeling wouldn't be what it is today.
Yep, that was Melania. Her fashion choices have such an impact that designers often see a surge in sales after she wears their creations. But modeling was just the beginning. Melania dove into the business world with her jewelry line, Melania Timepieces and Jewelry, on QVC in 2010. And she didn't stop there. 2 years later, she launched a skincare line, Melania Caviar Complex C6. Although its launch faced some legal hiccups, these ventures showcased her entrepreneurial spirit, proving she could transition from the runway to the boardroom effortlessly. Her TV appearances also helped shape her public persona. She's been on shows like The View and The Howard Stern Show, and even starred in an Aflac commercial where a mad scientist swapped her brain with the company's spokesduck. Before stepping into the role of First Lady, Melania was a fixture at high-profile events like the Met Gala and New York Fashion Week, mingling with fashion's elite. Now, here's a fun fact. Melania is the only First Lady to have posed nude with a bold photo spread in British GQ in 2000. This daring move definitely set her apart from her predecessors, adding a layer of intrigue to her already captivating persona. Despite the controversies and challenges, Melania has kept an extensive archive of her iconic outfits, preserving her fashion legacy. Imagine if politics were out of the picture, or if Donald Trump had never entered the political arena, the world would see Melania through a completely different lens. Without the political spotlight, her journey from a young Slovenian designer to an international fashion icon and successful businesswoman is undeniably extraordinary. Number 8. Beyond the spotlight, Melania Trump's personal passions. Melania Trump is known for her elegance and poise, but there's much more to her than meets the eye. Behind the glamorous facade lies a woman with a diverse array of interests and talents that shape her unique persona. To maintain her enviable figure, Melania practices Pilates and yoga regularly. She also loves taking long walks, combining fitness with a bit of tranquility. Her commitment to a healthy lifestyle extends to her diet, which is rich in fruits and vegetables. She's so dedicated to health and wellness that she even took a personal interest in the White House kitchen garden, a project initially started by Michelle Obama to encourage healthy eating. But did you know Melania is also a surprising culinary talent? She's an accomplished cook who enjoys preparing traditional Slovenian dishes for her family, a nod to her cultural roots. Her love for cooking is matched by her appreciation for art and interior design. This passion shines through in the meticulous projects and renovations she's undertaken, showcasing her refined taste. When it comes to leisure, Melania enjoys watching tennis and has been spotted at the US Open. Despite her high-profile life, she's always been a homebody, often opting for quiet nights over the bustling New York party scene, even during her modeling days. Here's something you might not know. Melania is a talented pianist, having taken lessons since childhood. This musical talent adds another layer to her multifaceted personality. She's also a spa enthusiast, incorporating wellness practices into her routine to stay balanced and rejuvenated. Towering at 5 feet 11 inches, Melania stands as one of the tallest first ladies, sharing this distinction with Michelle Obama and Eleanor Roosevelt. Her favorite TV show is How to Get Away with Murder. Read into that what you will. No comments from our end. Melania Trump's personal interests paint a picture of a woman who values health, culture, and the simple pleasures of life. Number 7. Charitable endeavors, a mix of compassion and controversy. Melania Trump's tenure as First Lady was marked by active involvement in various charitable initiatives, reflecting both her strengths and areas where she faced criticism. She supported numerous causes, including the American Red Cross, the Martha Graham Dance Company, and the Police Athletic League. Her work with the American Heart Association, focusing on heart disease in women, highlighted her commitment to health issues, particularly those affecting women. However, not all her philanthropic efforts escaped criticism. Melania's fondness for animals saw her involved in several animal welfare causes. This aspect of her philanthropy showcased her softer, more compassionate side, which was sometimes overshadowed by the more controversial aspects of her husband's administration. Her environmental awareness and promotion of sustainability, both in her personal and public life, were commendable. Yet critics were quick to point out the broader environmental policies of the administration she was part of, which often contradicted her stated values. Melania's appreciation for artistic expression was evident in her visits to art programs and support for arts education. She encouraged creativity in children, a cause close to her heart, often highlighting the importance of the arts in fostering a well-rounded education. Despite her public role, Melania maintained a personal touch in her interactions. She often sent handwritten thank you notes to those who supported her initiatives, a gesture that reflected her appreciation and attention to detail. However, this personal approach sometimes clashed with the broader public perception of her as being distant or disconnected. In essence, Melania Trump's philanthropic activities as First Lady showcased a multifaceted personality committed to various causes, yet often caught in the complex interplay of public perception and political reality. Number 6. Crafting a legacy, Melania Trump's role as First Lady.
Fellow Americans, it has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as First Lady of the United States.
As First Lady, Melania Trump certainly made her mark with her unique initiatives and personal touch. One of her standout contributions was the Be Best initiative launched in 2018, focusing on children's well-being, responsible social media use, and combating opioid abuse. While the campaign was well-intentioned, it faced criticism for its perceived lack of concrete results and the irony given her husband's infamous online behavior. In 2020, Melania took on the ambitious task of renovating the White House Rose Garden. This project, which involved updating the garden with new plants and improving accessibility, showcased her love for nature and design. However, it sparked controversy, with critics arguing that it erased historical elements and was an unnecessary expenditure during a challenging time for many Americans. Melania's role extended beyond the White House grounds as well. In 2017, she hosted the spouses of G7 leaders during the summit in Italy, exemplifying her diplomatic finesse. Despite being naturally reserved, Melania stepped into the spotlight to deliver several notable speeches, including at the Republican National Convention. Her public speaking engagements underscored her dedication to her causes, particularly her anti-bullying campaigns under the Be Best initiative. Melania also brought a unique flair to the White House's holiday traditions. Each year, she spearheaded the Christmas decorations, presenting a new theme that transformed the residence into a festive wonderland. These efforts highlighted her interest in event planning and her ability to create memorable experiences. Here's a fun fact. Melania's former lawyer, Nataša Pirc-Musar, became the first female president of Slovenia, her home country. Pirc-Musar was once hired to stop companies in Slovenia from profiting off Melania's name and likeness. The legal battles included bizarre products like Melania honey jars and cakes decorated with golden dust, showcasing the unusual challenges Melania faced due to her fame. Melania's impact as First Lady was also felt in her everyday interactions with the White House staff. Despite the initial delay in moving to Washington, a decision made to allow her son Barron to finish his 5th grade studies in New York, she quickly won over the permanent staff with her thoughtful and considerate nature. Former staffers have praised her for the genuine connections she formed, setting her apart from other First families. As the only First Lady whose first language was not English, Melania brought a unique perspective to her role. This linguistic distinction, along with her diverse background, contributed to her distinctive approach to the position. Her meticulous legacy planning ensures that her initiatives, particularly Be Best, will have a lasting impact, though their overall effectiveness remains debated. Even after leaving the White House, Melania continued her philanthropic efforts, focusing on causes close to her heart. Her dedication to her initiatives and her thoughtful approach to her role have left an indelible mark, securing her place in history as a First Lady who brought elegance, compassion, and a touch of controversy to the White House. Number 5. Melania Trump's global flair, diplomacy, and multilingualism.
I speak few languages.
A few?
Yeah.
English?
English, Italian, French, German.
Melania Trump's tenure as First Lady was marked by international visits that showcased her diplomatic skills and appreciation for different cultures. She embarked on solo trips to various countries, including Ghana, Malawi, Kenya, and Egypt. These visits weren't just for show, they reflected her genuine effort to understand and engage with different cultures. During these trips, she visited numerous cultural landmarks and museums, revealing her deep appreciation for history and art. One notable aspect of Melania's international engagements is her advocacy for multilingualism. Fluent in 5 languages, Slovenian, English, French, Italian, and German, Melania stands out as a true polyglot. This skill has been an asset in her diplomatic interactions and a key part of her advocacy work. She often emphasizes the cognitive benefits of multilingualism for children, highlighting how learning multiple languages can enhance mental agility and cultural awareness. This sets her apart from any previous First Lady. However, her initiatives sometimes felt more like personal hobbies rather than impactful programs. For example, while promoting multilingualism is admirable, it seemed more like a reflection of her unique abilities than a scalable initiative for American children. Number 4. Embracing history and culture, Melania Trump's passion for heritage. Melania Trump's tenure as First Lady was a tapestry of her love for history and culture. Her international travels often included stops at cultural landmarks and museums where she immersed herself in the local heritage. Whether exploring the pyramids of Egypt or wandering through the art galleries of Paris, Melania's appreciation for history and art shone through in every step.
From a young age, my parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life.
A big part of her cultural advocacy was promoting Slovenian heritage. Melania proudly shared her homeland's traditions and stories with the world, celebrating her roots and fostering a sense of pride among Slovenians globally. However, while it's heartwarming to see her embrace her culture, some critics felt she missed opportunities to connect these stories more broadly to the American experience. Beyond her own heritage, Melania was a strong advocate for cultural exchange programs, believing they were crucial for fostering understanding and respect between nations. She aimed to bridge cultural divides and promote global unity through these initiatives. Her fascination with history wasn't just limited to international landmarks. Melania had a keen interest in American history, particularly the legacy of past First Ladies. She conducted extensive research on their lives, drawing inspiration from their accomplishments and challenges. This historical curiosity influenced her own approach to the role as she sought to blend tradition with her unique perspective. Melania's dedication to historical preservation was evident in several renovation projects she undertook in the White House. These initiatives focused on maintaining historical accuracy and honoring the building's rich legacy, while her attention to detail ensured the residence remained a symbol of American heritage. Some viewed these efforts as more cosmetic than impactful. One of the most poignant moments of her time as First Lady was her visit to the Vatican. As the second practicing Catholic First Lady, following Jacqueline Kennedy, this visit held deep personal significance. Meeting Pope Francis and having him bless her rosary beads symbolized her faith and cultural roots. This moment was a touching blend of personal and public life, highlighting her unique position. Melania's efforts to promote cultural exchange, her fascination with history, and her dedication to preserving heritage were notable aspects of her time in the White House. While she brought elegance and a unique cultural perspective to her role, her impact often seemed more personal than far-reaching. Number 3. Melania Trump, the private side of a public figure. Melania Trump, despite her high-profile role, is famously private and reserved. Friends and acquaintances often describe her as a homebody, preferring quiet evenings at home with her family over public appearances or social events. This love for privacy stands in stark contrast to the intense scrutiny she faced as one of the world's most recognizable women. Melania has an eye for understated beauty, often choosing timeless fashion with classic silhouettes and minimal accessories. Her style effortlessly blends European sophistication with American practicality, reflecting her diverse background and experiences. Standing tall at 5'11", she is one of the tallest first ladies in US history, commanding attention without ever seeking it. Flowers hold a special place in Melania's heart, with tulips and peonies being her favorites. Her favorite color is blue, often featured in her wardrobe and decor choices, adding to her serene and composed aesthetic. Melania's love for Mediterranean cuisine is another facet of her personal life. She enjoys cooking healthy meals inspired by this style and often collaborates with personal chefs to create balanced dishes for her family. Classical music is another of Melania's passions, with composers like Chopin and Mozart topping her list. The soothing and sophisticated tones of classical music often fill her personal spaces. She has a private collection of contemporary art, favoring pieces from emerging artists. Additionally, she collects fine porcelain from various European countries, an impressive hobby that reflects her refined taste and cultural heritage. She also enjoys watching soccer and has attended several major international matches, showcasing her varied interests. In terms of personal fragrance, Melania prefers Happy Heart by Clinique, a scent she has mentioned in past interviews. One of Melania's unique hobbies is scrapbooking. She loves preserving memories of her travels and significant family moments through this creative outlet. This hobby not only showcases her sentimental side, but also her desire to keep her personal life cherished and protected. Despite her public role, Melania Trump's private life is filled with simple joys and personal interests that reveal a more intimate and relatable side of the former First Lady. Number 2. A glimpse into family life, Melania Trump's relationships and home life. Melania Trump's personal life is just as intriguing as her public persona. Her relationship with Donald Trump kicked off in 1998 at a New York Fashion Week party. Despite Donald arriving with another date, he approached her for her number. Melania refused to give him her number, but instead took his. This bold move led to a whirlwind romance, with a brief hiatus in 2000 before they got back on the track and eventually engaged in 2004. Their 2005 wedding was a grand affair, featuring performances by Billy Joel, Elton John, and other musical legends, attended by A-list celebrities like Bill and Hillary Clinton. Melania's bespoke Dior wedding dress reportedly cost around $200,000 and took 550 hours to create. Melania is a dedicated mother to her son, Barron. She was often seen personally dropping him off at school and attending his events. She had chosen St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Maryland for Barron, valuing its strong academic program and close-knit community. Melania emphasizes the importance of manners and respect in Barron's upbringing. Notably, she chose not to use a nanny. In a 2016 interview with Harper's Bazaar, she said, "I have a chef and I have my assistant, but that's it. I do it myself. You know those hours with your child are really important ones." Her dedication to family is truly a cornerstone of her life. Interestingly, her father, Victor Knafs, has been likened to Donald Trump, described as a larger-than-life personality by Melania's childhood friends. Victor was a traveling car salesman, while her mother, Amalia, worked as a pattern maker. The dynamics of Melania and Donald Trump's relationship have sparked curiosity and speculation. They reportedly slept on separate floors of the White House during his presidency, with Melania occupying a room on the 3rd floor and Donald on the 1st floor. Despite rumors suggesting Melania lived elsewhere, her spokeswoman dismissed these claims as laughable. Melania holds the unique distinction of being the only First Lady who is the 3rd wife of a US president. Donald Trump was previously married to Ivana Trump and Marla Maples before marrying Melania. Despite their alleged unconventional arrangement and busy schedules, sources close to the couple assert that they are perfectly content and happy in their marriage. Number 1. A First Lady of contradictions and intrigue. Melania Trump has always been a figure of intrigue, balancing admiration and criticism with a poised demeanor and elegant presence. Public opinion polls often show her as one of the more popular members of the Trump family. In 2017, Time magazine listed Melania as one of the most influential people in the world. This accolade highlighted her impact beyond her husband's political sphere, encompassing her own initiatives and personal style. However, this recognition also brought intense media scrutiny. Melania has been known to directly address and rebut false claims, showcasing her willingness to defend her narrative and maintain her dignity. Despite her influential status, Melania's media interactions have been a mixed bag. Her reserved nature often clashed with the media's relentless pursuit of sensational stories, leading to a sometimes contentious relationship. Critics have pointed to her perceived aloofness and lack of transparency, while others praise her grace under pressure and ability to maintain a private life despite the public eye. Melania's popularity and influence are as complex as her personality. Her penchant for classic, timeless fashion and her reserved demeanor stand in contrast to the often chaotic and contentious nature of the Trump administration. In the end, Melania Trump remains a fascinating figure in the landscape of modern First Ladies. Her ability to navigate the fine line between public admiration and criticism, all while maintaining her unique style and dignity, makes her a compelling subject of both praise and critique. Melania Trump's journey is marked by elegance, controversy, and influence. From her early days in Slovenia to her role as First Lady, she has created a legacy that stands apart. Despite the negative publicity and controversy surrounding Donald Trump, Melania has succeeded in making her own mark, leaving a lasting impression among First Ladies.